Hi there, Stampers. This is Terry from Terrific Cards. It's nice to see you here. Welcome to my 12 Days of Christmas. This is day number 6. So we're going to do another card using the Season of Green and Gold suite today. Let me just show you that card. I'll put you down on my table here. There we go. All right. So this suite is an online exclusive and isn't in any of the catalogs, but you can shop for it on the website under Menu Online Exclusives. The suite includes Greetings of the Season Bundle, Golden Greenery Bundle, Season of Green and Gold DSP, Graceful Greenery Vellum, Cherry Cobbler Cherry Cobbler and Pearl Adhesive Backed Berries. Ooh, very vanilla satin ribbon. All right, we're also going to use some metallics embossing powder, and you can find that on page 126 of the annual catalog. Mossy Meadow ink. All right, so let's go through the card and the supplies a little bit. So we've got our standard card base that is 11 by 5.5. 5.5 by 8.5. Wow. Scored at 4.25. There we go. And we've got a DSP layer, this paper here, that is 5.25 by 4. And we've got a very vanilla cardstock piece that is 5.25 by 4. All right. And we've also got an inside vanilla cardstock piece that's 5.25 by 4. All right, so let's get started here. The first thing that we are going to do is we're going to fold our card base. Okay, and let's go ahead and put the inside piece in so we can get it out of the way. It's nice if you can, do something in the beginning that kind of gets those supplies just out of the fray here, so you can, so you don't have too many things just laying around waiting. There we go. A bit of an embossing border, I think, there on my mat. All right. So now let's go ahead and put this vanilla cardstock piece on the front. Switch out my adhesive here. There we go. Okay. All right. So we've got that. We've got our inside piece, and we've got the card front piece. Let's work with our DSP so we can get that on there. So I've got this piece from the Season of Green and Gold. And I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer. Excuse me. So what we want to do is we want to kind of measure the center of this coming this way. So we know that this is 5.5. So half of that would be 2 5/8. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to do, so there's my 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. And I want it to be about halfway in between this direction as well. So I'm going to cut to 2 inches. So my 2-inch mark on my clear, on the clear ruler is right here. Okay. So I'm going to bring my paper trimmer to the 2-inch mark, right about there. Okay. So now we've got it cut halfway this way and halfway this way. Then what I want to do is I just want to fold this. Now you could use your scoring blade to do it. I'm just going to freehand this. So we want to fold this right up into the corner. So we're going to burnish that down. And then we're going to do the same with this bottom piece. We're going to fold this right into the corner there. There we go. And burnish that one too. There. That looks all right there. Okay. So now you're going to take these two corners, these two folded pieces, and you're going to glue them down. I'm just going to use liquid glue here. Just hold that down for a second. Did you see my pretty nails? I have some new winter nails done. This has a sweater technique on it. Feel very festive. It's almost a cherry cobbler type of color. All right. There we go. So there, we have that part done. Now this is going along swimmingly. You'll notice that it's not a difficult process. Trying to decide if I want to use liquid glue or if I want to use Stampin' Seal. You know what? We're going to use some liquid glue on here. Okay, now we're going to glue this down to our card front. See if we can do this without getting my fingers all sticky. All right. Sorry, I'm just going to turn my card this way so I can see that straight edge. And I'm going to glue that right down there. So we're going to match that up with our vanilla cardstock. And pop that down. There we go. Glue off of my fingers. There. All right. Okay. Look at that. We're about halfway there now. Okay, so let's move this out. And I've already done my die cutting. So I've got two of these pine branch pieces. And I'm going to bring in the stamps and some Mossy Meadow ink. All right. So what I want to do is these pine branches have like a two-step stamp. So we're going to do the background first in Mossy Meadow. All right. And then we're going to do the needle part again. So that gives it that dimension. So it's perfect, exactly what you want when you're stamping. Okay, there we go. Now, the last thing that I need is we need to stamp Christmas on this piece here. So I'm just going to stamp Christmas. Sorry, bring that closer to me so I can see it. Hopefully my head's not in your view here. There we go. Christmas. Perfect. Okay, so we've got all of those pieces stamped. The next thing we want to do before we put this together, we're going to bring in the label cut out in Mossy Meadow. And we're going to run our embossing buddy over that. Get all that static off of there. Let's bring in our Versamark ink. And we're going to stamp Mary. Now when you stamp Mary, you're going to stamp it up near the top middle of this because we're going to lay Christmas right across there. So we're going to stamp Mary and we're going to do it right up near the top. Okay, now we're going to emboss that in some gold. I have my gold embossing powder. And I like to put the embossing powder on a couple of times so I can get good coverage. We'll do one more. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Close this up so we don't sneeze and blow embossing powder all over the place. Got some tweezers here. Oops. Okay, let's heat this up. Awesome. There we go. All right. Okay, let's finish assembling our card. So we have all of our elements there. I also have some of the satin ribbon. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the branches down first. So these are going to go right here. Sort of like that. Then we're going to put this across here. Yep, that's looking good. All right, let's glue these down. Oh, I think I'm running out of glue here. Need a new one. Goodness. I seem to be having some glue issues right now. There we go. Now we got some going here. Let's do that. There we go. Okay, so just layering those two on top of each other. Then we're going to bring in our ribbon. Now I don't need quite this much, so some scissors. Let's just trim this end here. This does tend to fray a little bit when you cut it, so just have to use sharp scissors and be careful with that. And then, so I'm going to bring it across here, and let's add a couple of glue dots on here. I'm actually just going to add the glue dots straight to my paper. I think it's going to make it a little bit easier to get it laid down. We'll see. You know, it's all trial and error. So I've got 3 glue dots basically across the center of that line there. So then I'm going to take this and I'm going to kind of lay it down where I want it to be. There we go. Press it into those glue dots. Then I want to bring this so that it's not, you know, we don't want it just right over top. So I'm going to figure out, I want to cut this, and I think I'm going to cut it right about here. We're going to make it a little bit shorter than the other side. There we go. And then we'll throw down a couple more glue dots. Like I said, I want to kind of offset it a little bit. Oh, you know what? I did not want to cut it in that direction. I want to cut it in this direction. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to lay some glue dots down here. And I'm going to put them sort of, that didn't come off. Let's just do it with my fingers. I'm going to put them up a little bit towards the top of this ribbon. These things are so sticky. Let's put one there. There we go. All right. So when I do this, I'm going to kind of lay it so that it's up a bit. There we go. All right. Now I want to take my Mary. We're going to put that right in the center of there. And I'm just going to use some seal for that. There we go. Okay, so we've got our label there. Sorry, we'll get that out of the way. And then we're going to take our Christmas and we are going to put some dimensionals on that. I'll do 3 here. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to lay this just below the Mary. And what we want to do is we want to cover up this little hole here. All right. There you go. That looks good. And then I want some of these cherry cobbler jewels, berries. And I'm going to take them and I'm going to cover up this little hole here. And actually, I think I want one more little glue dot here because my ribbon seems to be sort of popping up right here. I'm just going to tack that down just a bit. Oops. And come off my finger. Pop that inside there. There we go. And there is our card. So I hope you enjoyed that. And thank you so much for stopping in today. I hope I'll see you again on day number 7. All right. Have a fabulous rest of your day. Thanks. Bye-bye.